Tun M has audience with Agong as political turmoil enters day 5. Saudi Arabia suspends entry for Umrah. Good afternoon, thanks for joining us, and you're watching Updates at Noon. I'm Wong Kang Sin. Interim Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad this morning had an audience with Yang di-Pertuan Agong, Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah today as the country's political turmoil enters its 5th day. The Prime Minister was seen going through the palace gates in his official vehicle at 10:55 a.m. It was also reported that Chief Justice Tengku Maimun Tuan Mat also had an audience with the King. It is still unclear what the meeting is about, but the whole country is hoping that by the end of the day, Tun Dr. Mahathir might have the necessary support to form the next government. And as the country's political situation goes overdrive, stay tuned to RTM as we will bring you the latest updates from time to time in all our bulletins. Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad explained to the nation in a televised address yesterday that he resigned because he felt there was too much politicking amid the weak economy and the virus scare. He said politicians were too engrossed over party matters, that they have sidelined interests of the nation and the people. Tun Dr. Mahathir, who submitted his resignation letter as Prime Minister on Monday, said if granted, he will form a government across the political divide and one that will put the country first.
Maka saya letak jawatan kerana saya tidak melihat kuasa dan jawatan itu sebagai be all and end all adalah matlamat saya. Bagi saya, kuasa dan kedudukan itu adalah a means to an end ataupun satu alat untuk mencapai objektif. Dan objektif kita semua tentulah untuk kebaikan negara. Kerana itu saya meletak jawatan kerana bagi saya ternampak bahawa bagi orang politik yang terpenting ialah parti mana yang memerintah, sama ada yang kalah atau yang menang.
Based on the support he has received, Tun Dr. Mahathir said he believed that the time has not yet come for him to resign as Prime Minister. He said he will try to form a government without leaning towards any party.
Jika diizin, inilah yang akan saya cuba. Saya berdoa dan saya pohon kepada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala saya diberi petunjuk dalam usaha ini. Sekian, terima kasih.
Sultan of Johor, Sultan Ibrahim Ibni Almarhum Sultan Iskandar, had personally met with 54 out of 56 Johor State Assemblymen yesterday in Bangunan Sultan Ibrahim in Johor Bahru, following the political turmoil in the country. The assemblyman was summoned by the Sultan in order to determine the majority in the State Assembly. In a meeting with Sultan Ibrahim, each assemblyman was given less than 1 minute as the Sultan only asked one question before asking them to sign a statutory declaration.
Nafas yang fasih, saya menjawab, saya menyokong Pakatan Harapan. Dia kata, tulislah. Jadi saya tulislah atas sokongan dan keyakinan atas apa yang berlaku. Okey, sekian.
Pakatan Harapan.
YB Rama?
Ya.
How's the situation?
Pakatan Harapan.
Pakatan Harapan.
Ini soalan saja. Pakatan baru ke Pakatan Harapan?
YB, tunggu tanya berapa soalan?
Satu soalan.
Satu saja.
Pakatan Harapan ke gabungan baru itu saja?
Meanwhile, Johor BN Chairman Datuk Husni Mohamad remained optimistic on the formation of a unity government in the state. Meanwhile, Pakatan Harapan PH will be leaving the decision to appoint the 8th Prime Minister to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah. It said this is to respect the law as provided in the Federal Constitution.
Pakatan Harapan kekal komited terhadap aspirasi dan amanat rakyat untuk membawa negara ke arah yang lebih baik dari segenap sudut ekonomi, politik dan sosial.
The resignation of the Prime Minister and the absence of ministers in the cabinet will not disrupt the country's day-to-day administration. Director General of Public Services, Dato Muhammad Khairul Adib Abdul Rahman said this is because the duties of administrating the country are still being carried out by civil servants in accordance with the laws and policies of the government in force. Dato Muhammad Khairul said civil servants need to carry out their roles politically and responsibly.
Kematangan perkhidmatan awam selama yang kita sejak kita merdeka dulu telah mendidik kita untuk berpegang teguh pada prinsip-prinsip kita. Kita adalah neutral, kita bukan politikal. Jadi tidak kira di mana saja yang membentuk kerajaan, pejabat awam bersedia untuk berkhidmat dengan mana-mana pihak.
Malaysia will proceed with its economic stimulus package as planned to address concerns over the impact of the COVID-19 outbreak. Interim Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad is scheduled to announce the economic stimulus package anytime now. It was reported that Malaysia was not the only ASEAN nation planning a stimulus package, as Thailand's Finance Ministry would also be proposing a new economic stimulus package to the cabinet in mid-March. Malaysia's economic stimulus package, focusing on tourism, consumption and investment, is aimed at stimulating domestic travel, which has been affected by the COVID-19 outbreak. Former Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng said on Monday that the ministry had finalized the economic stimulus package on Sunday to be presented to Tun Dr. Mahathir for his approval. With the ongoing political situation, businesses were said to be concerned if the stimulus package, which was originally scheduled to be announced today, would be affected. Economists say the stimulus package must happen due to the heightened economic uncertainties, which had seen expenditure from businesses and consumers decline. This would have an impact on the aggregate demand, which, if left unattended, would perpetuate the economic slowdown. Since COVID-19 hit the country's shores in mid-January, the Bursa Malaysia Key Index, the FBM KLCI, saw a decline of 57 points to 1,531.2, with sectors such as manufacturing, tourism, and logistics expected to experience losses. Coming up next, police seized drugs worth 11.8 million ringgit within 2 months. Four shops, including a popular biryani restaurant, were ordered to close by the Penang Island City Council MBPP yesterday after rat and cockroach droppings were found in the premises. MBPP licensing officers, led by Environmental Health Licensing Officer M. Bawani, raided the 3 restaurants and a grocery store in Georgetown. Bawani said the shutdown order was in accordance with MBPP bylaws under Section 38, Subsection 1 of the Food Establishment Act bylaws 1991. She added that 3 compounds were also issued to operators of the eateries and sandwich shop for cross-contamination, in which raw ingredients and cooked food were placed together, and food handlers were not vaccinated with anti-typhoid vaccine. Bawani added that this regular operation by MBPP also served to create awareness among the public to only frequent clean eateries.
Modus operandi ini bukan sahaja untuk memberi kesedaran kepada tuan punya premis makanan, tetapi adalah satu kesedaran kepada publik, kepada orang ramai bahawa pilihlah kedai yang bersih, berkualiti dan juga yang selamat untuk dimakan.
Since January, a total 12 premises have been ordered to shut down due to failure to comply with cleanliness requirements with regards to pest control. During that period, a total of 11 compounds totaling 1,300 ringgit were also issued for various offences under the Food Establishment Act bylaws 1991. The Perak Narcotic Crimes Investigation Department (NCID) had seized various types of drugs worth more than 11 million ringgit since 1st January until 24th February this year. Perak NCID Chief ACP Lee King Chuan said, in the same period, more than 1,800 suspects were arrested for drug-related offences.
Nilai keseluruhan rampasan dada pada tahun ini sampai ke hari ini adalah 11.873 juta. Sementara dari segi sitaan terhadap harta-harta penagih dan pengedar dada adalah sebanyak 2.27 juta. Itu harta-harta yang kita rampas daripada pengedar dada hasil daripada keuntungan.
A former army major yesterday pleaded not guilty on 2 charges of receiving bribes totaling 10,000 ringgit. Judge Kamarudin Kamsun set 8 April for remention of case and bail at 15,000 ringgit. For the first charge, the accused, Muhammad Suhaizal Mat Sulaiman, 42, was said to have received a bribe of 5,700 ringgit, while for the second charge, he was believed to have received a sum of 4,300 ringgit as an inducement to appoint a company as the contractor to conduct civil, mechanical and facility maintenance works of the Armed Forces Family Quarters at Desa Pulada and for infra-mechanical works at the Malaysian Army Combat Training Centre, Pulada. The accused had allegedly committed the offence at a bank in Kluang, Johor on 20th September 2016. The charges were made under Section 17 subsection A of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission Act 2009, which carries a 20-year maximum jail sentence and fine 5 times the value of the bribe or 10,000 ringgit, whichever is higher. The 6th accused in the murder trial of Universiti Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia UPM cadet officer Zulfarhan Osman Zulkarnain told the Kuala Lumpur High Court that he was not involved in the torture incident in a room at Asrama Jabat Block UPM. The accused, Abdul Hakim Muhammad Ali, told the court during the examination in chief by his counsel Zamri Idrus in the defence proceeding of the murder case. Abdul Hakim also explained that he went into room 04-10 of Asrama Jabat Block in the UPM after he saw a crowd gathering in the room and saw about 25 people surrounding the victim. He said he told the crowd that it was almost time for the Fajr prayer and then left to prepare for the prayer while hearing the victim screamed. Abdul Hakim also told the court that he and the other accused brought the victim to a clinic in Bangi 4 days after the incident. The victim also did not tell the doctor the real reason behind his injuries when he was treated. On 31st of July last year, the High Court ordered 18 UPM students to enter the defence for the murder, abetting to murder and injuring Zulfarhan. Abdul Hakim was charged with abetting to murder Zulfarhan under Section 109 of the Penal Code. The offence was allegedly committed between 4:45 a.m. and 5:45 a.m. on May 22, 2017. The trial before Judge Dato Azman Abdullah continues on Friday. Brazil confirms first case of COVID-19. Details right after this. Following the COVID-19 virus outbreak, the Saudi Arabian government has announced that it will temporarily suspend entry to the kingdom for the Umrah pilgrimage and visits to Masjid Nabawi in Medina. The suspension imposed is to ensure public safety by preventing the spread of the coronavirus. At the same time, the Saudi government has also suspended entry for anyone with tourism visas from countries that are seriously facing the COVID-19 threat. The kingdom also called on its citizens to not travel to these countries. Football Association of Malaysia FAM's President Dato' Hamidin Mohamad Amin said current political development would not affect the association and state sport leadership. He stressed that the national body's obligation to the teams remained unchanged. He said FIFA's main vision is for the sport to be free of any political influence, and it is FAM's responsibility to upkeep.
Tetapi sesiapa yang masih lagi memegang jawatan presiden, dia bertanggungjawab. Itu je. Kalau ada perubahan, presiden baru akan bertanggungjawab. Saya akan approach presiden baru tu, ini tanggungjawab dia kalau terjadi. Jadi maksud dia kita jelas bahawa bola sepak ni kalau kita tengok FIFA dengan mana FAM atau AFC, number one dalam statute dia, bola sepak ni terkecuali daripada politik, agama dan bangsa.
Meanwhile, Dato' Hamidin warned M-League teams that they must comply with the Economic Control Plan (ECP) introduced this year to eradicate debts in local football. He said the implementation of the ECP is meant to put an end to financial problems by urging teams to follow the budget and plan well for the upcoming years.